Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. It's Monday. It's literally like 7:30 a.m. Feeling good. Wow, I had not like a weekend, but like an emotionally like weekend. And I'm gonna talk about that today, but I feel I woke up feeling really good and just like ready to get things done. Made a to-do list, like just feeling good. So I hope you're feeling good. Let me know. Tweet me, you know. Oh, also, I always forget. I'm constantly switching up my living room because I'm trying to kind of figure out what the best setup is. And I think a lot of it is just like I need to get not more stuff, but more like wall stuff because there's a lot of empty walls in here. And it's like, okay, it's been a while since I've lived here. Well, I mean, it's been like 8 months. So, I don't know. Let me know. Just trying to plug in my laptop. The point of that was I never really know where my laptop is plugged in. Okay, had to move the power now. Okay, she's plugged in. Did you hear that? So feeling good. Let me know how you're feeling. Also, I really want to do should this be a surprise? Okay, well, if you're such a small percentage of people watch my or listen to my podcast, listen, whatever, to my podcast anyway, but I want to start doing like guided meditations or like sleep meditations or affirmations on here, like alongside the podcast. So the podcast would be like as normal, but maybe once in a while I'll throw in an extra track of like affirmations or, you know, like a guided sleep meditation, because I've been listening to so many recently and I feel like they're just so helpful in changing how you feel. And especially like I've talked about, like if you listen to that shit before bed, it really does make a difference in the rest of your life. And if you do like a little meditation, like if you meditate to begin with, but especially if you do it with the affirmations, because it's kind of like that added little positivity or like, I don't know, just those words get into your subconscious and change your outlook on your life and you just feel better. So I think it'd be super cool to like start doing them myself. And obviously like I made the 420 hertz like thick one, and that's like kind of funny, kind of comedic, but I'm talking like serious ones, like, so we'll see. And again, yeah, like I'm trying to figure out if I want to do it like lol, like I am thick, or if I want to do it serious. I mean, I could kind of do a combo, but if the point is relaxation, I don't want it to be comedy. No lols when you're sleeping, okay? I'm just kidding. There's been a lot of like random people in my dreams recently that like from my past, I'm like, is this a new, like the new moon was, when was the new moon? It was like a few days ago, I think. Just doing a light research during my podcast. It was August 11th, yeah, so 2 days ago. So as we've discussed, as you probably know if you're a listener of the podcast, if you watch me, new moons are a time, it's like when there's no energy in the sky, like there's not a moon, like nothing. It's like a void of energy, right? So that's the time to fill with your manifestations and to like fill your life, to fill the universe, whatever, with what you want. Versus full moon, you know, as we've discussed, a full moon is when the moon is full in the sky. For some reason I thought that would be a better explanation. But you know, like full of energy, like that's the time when you reflect and you're like, what do I need to get rid of? What is no longer serving me, etc. So new moon, here we go, hunty. So what are you guys manifesting? You know, and I keep posting this, it's like a 10-minute meditation that I found on YouTube that I love. I feel like I've talked about it on the podcast before, but it's kind of like this comforting, almost like dad voice, like, I don't know, it's just like it's a very pleasant voice. And it's very like matter of fact and very believable. I feel like it's not too like, some of them are really annoying. Honestly, sometimes when people talk about manifestation, like on social media, I'm like annoyed. And I'm like, I feel like someone who believes in it so much. And I'm like, ew, shut the fuck up. Like, some people are annoying. Okay, whatever, that's a side topic. But yeah, it's like 10 minutes and it's for manifestation. And I really hope people do it when I post it because it helps me so much. Y'all should get on it. I'll try to remember to link it down below, but it's always on my Instagram story. But yeah, so just doing things like that and kind of just asking yourself what you want. Because sometimes it's hard to even know what you want. And it's like I know that I've definitely felt frustrated in the past because it's like I don't even know what to focus on, like, and then it's easy to feel overwhelmed, and you know, these are all normal things. And I think, y'all, I forgot to turn my laptop on Do Not Disturb. But also something that I've been kind of thinking about a lot recently, I read this probably in like an Osho book or something, but just that everything, every emotion, everything that you've gone through has been felt by all the humans before you, like by millions, billions of people before you, you know what I mean? So it's like you're not alone, and on one hand it's kind of sad, but on the other hand it's like kind of like, okay, people have survived for so many years, it's like, I'm gonna be fine. So just reminding yourself of that. I don't know, sometimes it's easy to get overwhelmed and to listen to the voices in your head that are like telling you negative shit. So just reminding yourself, you know, giving yourself a little reality check, like it's fine, like I'm fine, like I don't need to believe in this reality where things are stressful and I'm like stressed out, you know? Okay, time for a little water break, y'all. I'm sorry. Today we are drinking a lemon water and a little cold brew. I didn't like cold brew for like a hot minute, and honestly, still, like, I'm not really ordering it when I go out anymore because it's just been, I don't know, I feel like recently I've just been noticing it more, like affecting my digestion and just making me feel really like bloated and like, I don't know, I'm leaning more towards like, I think I talked about this, to keep track of what I talk about, but I've been leaning more towards like energy drinks or like pre-workout because it's like hydrating and doesn't leave me with that like bloated, like overly full feeling in my stomach. Anyway, but sometimes I like it lightly. Just like you have to remember to eat, I think, because if I go out, it's like I just want to order a cold brew. I don't want to also buy food. I'm like, I'll get food at home, whatever. Okay, anyway, side topic, but you know, that's the beauty of these podcasts. So yeah, just give yourself a reality check, and I think that's what's also really beneficial about meditation or doing these affirmations. It's like the thing, like it's so easy to convince ourselves that this reality, whether we're stressed or we're happy or whatever the emotion is, that is the only thing that exists, and there's never been anything else besides that, and nothing will ever be anything else. Oh my god, I think actually Lena the Plug said this in a vlog like last year. Oh my god, that's so funny, I remember that. She was like, when you're happy, it's so hard to remember times when you were sad, and when you're sad, it's so hard to imagine yourself as happy. And I think that's so true, and that's why like meditation is so valuable, because it gets rid of all those voices in your head that are telling you that your life is a certain way, and it just kind of brings you back to the core of your being, which is like just like chilling the fuck out, you know? So it really is so beneficial. And yeah, just like, I don't know, I feel like recently I've been putting a lot more emphasis on it and really practicing it, especially at times where I do feel stressed or overwhelmed or sad or anything, and just kind of realizing how much it really helps. Like, it's easy to do when you're already happy and already feel like, on my spiritual path, morning routine, that's easy. It's like, yeah, you want to do it, but when you don't want to do it and when you need to do it the most, that's when it's actually going to help you. And I think that's why I've been talking about it so much recently, because I've actually been finding those results myself, and it's been helping me a lot. So I would suggest you all try it out, especially with this new moon. You know, it was a couple days ago, but you can manifest at any time. Yeah, we stand. So that kind of brings me into when I was like, I had a weekend, like, yeah, basically I was feeling just kind of like really overwhelmed at some points. Just kind of like, what's my life? And then I was like, why am I feeling this way? Which is fine. It's fine to not feel good all the time. Like, that's normal. You shouldn't, not saying you shouldn't feel good all the time, but it's not like normal to be ecstatically happy, or like, you know, we're human, bitch, in case you forgot. So I just like did that meditation, and I felt, it was literally 10 minutes, and I felt so much better afterwards. I was like, wow. So yeah, now I feel good. So bitch, everything passes, and that's also something that's hard to remember sometimes. Like, every emotion is gonna be over. Like, any phase in your life that you feel like is maybe hard or whatever, it's gonna be over. So don't forget. Oh my god, also something, I posted this on my story, and literally one person was like, haha, So I didn't know if people knew it was a joke, so I just wanted to talk about it. But basically there was this tweet, I mean there's always tweets like this, but where people, it's like vegans or like, I don't know, like they post a photo of food. In this case it was like a bunch of fruit, and this person was like, oh, this abundance for $11, like don't ever tell me, you know, being healthy is expensive. And it was like a bunch of fruit, so everyone was like, you know, like if I look at that, I'm like, okay, I see where they're coming from, because especially being, you know, like I used to post shit like that in my TBT, like extreme vegan days, like in 2016. So I can kind of understand, but then at the same time, I understand when people are like quote tweeting it and being like, so where's the food? Like, huh? Because I think that's also a big thing. I don't know, looking back, reflecting on myself, it's a big thing that people forget about, especially when promoting veganism or promoting like a more healthy lifestyle. Like you don't know everyone's situation, and especially like, I don't know who this person was, but especially me being like a white, just like being a white, okay, you know, I think it was very ignorant of me to make it like, oh, like it's so easy, like what, like when I have access to food, like I'm privileged in a lot of ways, and especially like when I was trying to promote that, it's like I wasn't really taking everything into consideration, not out of like, you know, it's just like you're ignorant, not out of contempt, I guess, I don't know, it was just like I was ignorant and I didn't really like realize, like if I can do it, anyone can do it. And it's like, no bitch, like you have a lot of privileges that are helping you do this, okay? So anyway, people were like, and then there's been a lot of memes since that, and I just have been kind of like keeping up with it a little bit, keeping up with the memes, because I think it's so funny. It's funny, but it's also like true, like, yeah, what I just said. But anyway, I posted this, there's this photo that Sony and I always reference. Like in 2015, both of us did not care about our Instagrams, like in the sense of like we would take like a flash close-up photo of food and like post it without a filter and just be like Chad, like as the caption. And there's this pic from literally September 2015. It was at like my mom's birthday party, and Sonia had this plate of like mini cupcakes and like slices of like baguette with like nothing on it. And I thought it was so funny, and I took a up close photo of it, and I was like, Sonia's meal, because it's literally like mini cupcakes and bread. And I remembered that, seeing all these memes, so I posted on my story and I was like, all this abundance for $11, like don't ever tell me being healthy is too expensive. I don't know if people got it though. It's like, come on, like I got one reply that was like, haha. And then, yeah, I was like, really? No one gets it? Maybe it wasn't that funny. I thought it was funny. But yeah, a lot of issues in that, you know, in that meme. There's a lot of like layers. But looking back, ever reflecting, you know, I regret a lot of the things I said. And I think a lot of the vegan community, you know, it was like, oh my God, like I didn't even plan on talking about this, but yeah, it was like, especially the older people, it's like all like wealthy, you know, like upper class, privileged white people that are like, and not saying like vegans, like being vegan's like a white thing or anything, because obviously there's people of all different backgrounds and ethnicities and everything, but I don't know, it's just like, oh my God. And like I just remember people, and people still do this, but especially like again in 2016 when it was such a big movement on social media, like anything people would say they would defend by like, well, I'm saving animals, like, well, I'm saving the environment, what are you doing? And it's like, you can't excuse your like ignorance and like it's just like, wow, like how are you gonna care so much about that but then not care about like all the other injustices that are happening? It's like, well, being vegan, like I don't know, I just get really frustrated thinking about it. And I think I especially get frustrated because it's like that used to be me, so I'm kind of like mad at myself. But it's like, whatever you grow you learn, and like I don't really like act like that anymore. But yeah, I wish I had more to say, but I didn't even really plan on talking about that, so I'm kind of like, just wow, it was in the moment. Okay, so now I want to kind of look at some questions that you guys asked me and answer them. I'm saving these for a Q&A video, but you know, there's always questions, y'all. So I just kind of want to see. Okay. Who are your favorite, the top question is literally, who are your favorite YouTubers to watch? This isn't really an advice question, but you know, I guess we're just gonna answer whatever. Who do I, like, I honestly don't really watch that many people. I really like Jason Nash's vlogs. I like Trisha Paytas is just kind of an icon. I don't watch all of her videos, but actually she's an icon. But I mean, a lot of people, I don't watch all their videos, but I really like Jason Nash's vlogs. Like, I'm really inspired by them because I'm like, oh, this is like, it's very like light. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's not like, but I like how he like follows a story and like you can keep up with it, and it's like very interesting and entertaining to watch, and he like, just his comedic timing with his editing is like really on point, and I really appreciate that. Let's see, obviously like Shane Dawson's like series love. I'm trying to like look at who I watch. I really like Aaron Doughty's. He's one who does the law of attraction videos. I love watching those before bed because it really like puts me in a good mindset. I've been watching a lot of like kind of relationship relationship coach videos, which is cool. Shan Booty is like a really good one. She's like a I don't know, it's just like a very sex positive channel. Like, I like a good mix of lols and then like education, entertainment. Like, oh, it's like, is she like a sexologist? I guess she's kind of like a sexologist. I think she's called herself that. It says like author, photographer, TV host, and she's like killing it. Like, her videos, she gets like great sponsors, like I love. Very inspired by that. Much Dank, of course. Like, I love amzn.to. He's like someone else that inspires me so much, and just like he's always coming out with new content, and like, I don't know, it's really inspiring as someone who is also interested in like starting businesses and like all of that. I think that's really awesome. Who else do I even watch? Obviously like Lena, I talked about her, love her vlogs. Cody Ko, Obs, yeah, like again, I like a good mix of like lols and then like some education. Joe Budden's podcast, I love watching that. Okay. This is a good question. Have you ever turned a boy vegan? So I don't think I ever actually have, but boys, especially in the past, you know, when I used to be a little more hardcore vegan, like they would say something that they would say to like try to like get my attention, or if they wanted to talk to me or like impress me, or I don't know, they'd be like, I'm really interested in like becoming vegan, like I think I'm gonna do it, and then they like wouldn't, but they would say that to me. And I obviously knew, I mean like at the time, like I knew, I was aware that they like weren't serious, because it's like a random, there's not like, it's like a random. But yeah, so that was something I kind of experienced, but I don't think anyone actually went vegan. And you guys, what is your overall vision for your channel, and what content is your favorite to post? So I've actually been thinking about this recently. I think I talked about this in my most recent podcast, I don't know, but I don't know, I don't want to be too extra with it because I don't know how much is going to change visibly, but I just know for myself, I literally made a chart. And I was like, okay, this is my brand. These are all the subcategories, and these are the like the subcategories of the subcategories and the types of videos that I can make. And I just want to make, especially my main channel, more focused. And I just remember when I would make a lot of vegan videos, just the feeling of like inspiring people, and like someone watches that video and it like changes their mindset, or it changes their perspective, or it makes them feel better about themselves or their life. I miss that, and I feel like that's what my channel's been missing. Like I have a few videos here and there, or like the podcast, like I kind of get that reaction, which I love. And so I just want to make my channel more focused on that. And so, you know, now it's like, I don't want to do that with veganism. Like I have so many videos on it you can watch. Like, no, that's not me anymore. So I'm like, okay, what do I like doing? And then it's like, okay, obviously, law of attraction, manifestation, productivity, organization, business bitch stuff. So I kind of just want to make my main channel more focused on that. And it's like, I feel like I've been kind of experimenting, like, oh, do I like doing a vlog? Do I like doing a sit down video? Do I like doing like just a random where I'm lying on the floor? And I don't know, the answers just kind of started coming to me, and it's like, okay, obviously. So once I wrote it all down, you know, the Virgo moon, wrote it all down, made a list, like I was like, oh, why don't I just do this? So I guess that's kind of like, this is literally like this past week I kind of had this realization, and it's so funny it's taken me like over a year to come to that, but you know, it's fine to have a little experimental phase. And yeah, but I just miss that feeling of like someone being like, I'm inspired by this and this helped me. And again, I get that from the podcast, or sometimes if I do a certain video someone will say that, but it used to be like all the time and I miss that. So yeah, so thank you for asking that. Let's see, what's a trend you wish would come back? I don't know, like a lot of things are not cute. The first thing that came to mind, I don't want this to come back, but do you remember, it was when I was going to 8th grade, everyone had like feathers in their hair. I never got it, but isn't that funny? Like, it was such like a trend with like middle school. I was like, huh? Random. But yeah, there's not a lot of trends. Like, no, nothing comes to mind. What do you guys think? I don't know. A little remix. Do you recycle? Of course, bitch. My apartment does recycling. Oh my god. Let's see. Ooh, there's a lot of questions that I'm like, I kind of want to like think about this more and then answer it in another podcast. So I'm just gonna answer a couple more light ones, and then yeah. Could you give us a brief cool sculpting update? Okay, so honestly, and then are there any other procedures you're considering? Oh, I love that. Honestly, I don't know how much of my results were like cool sculpting. I feel like my upper abs definitely popped more, but it's like, it really is just like diet and exercise. And I don't know, it's like, if you're interested, like I don't think there's any harm in trying it, but it's just like, if you have the money, like I wouldn't suggest like saving up for it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like my stomach's flatter right now just because I'm like squatting, I'm eating healthy, like yeah. And are there any other procedures you're considering? I want to talk about this, but then people get like triggered. Like I posted on my story, like someone asked, are you considering getting like a breast augmentation? And I was like, I mean, I definitely have, but I don't know. And so many people replied and they were like, don't do it. And someone was literally like, it's less invasive to cut fat out of your stomach and put in your breasts. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like that's literally fake, but I don't know. Everyone has their own opinion. I'm gonna do me. And yeah, there's definitely stuff that I've considered, but am I planning on getting anything right now? No. But there's definitely stuff that I may be like, maybe, like, I don't know, especially with like my boobs, like there's some stuff that I wish, like some piece of clothing that I wish I could wear, or like sometimes it's just like, oh, I wish I had like something like for this swimsuit top, or like, I don't know, it can definitely be frustrating. So yeah, oh my god. And like I've definitely not considered, but I'm like, would I get a BBL? And I feel like that's something I wouldn't, because that is something that it's like, how is that gonna look when I'm old? Like that's like definitely a gravity thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things don't really look that good in person. Like it'll look great on Instagram and then you see someone in real life and you're like, huh. But yeah, a lot of people think I have my lips done. I've never gotten that. Like I've never had anything injected into my face, just a little vampire facial. Yeah. So yeah, and I know everyone's gonna have their own opinion, but I don't care at the end of the day, because it's my money, my life, my body. So anyway, but if I got anything, I would definitely vlog it, because I think it's, first of all, it's educational, it's informative, and like, yeah, fucking, yeah. But I guess to answer your question, no, there's nothing I'm like considering right now. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna answer one more. Let's see, just like a light lull. What do you think about the best revenge is no revenge? I mean, the best thing you can do is to just like not give a fuck and live your best life. Like, yeah, I think the best revenge is not posting black screens on your Snapchat story with like emo captions or like the time. It's like 3 a.m. They just like post, like why do people do that? You know, like it's obviously it's okay to like feel different things as we've discussed, but like I don't know, if someone broke up with you or something, just like live your best life. Get through it and then post yourself, you know, just doing some new activities, hanging out, living your best life, looking poppin', glowing. Everything is an opportunity to glow up, you know? So yeah, no revenge. Like don't like, I mean, I definitely know what you mean though, bitch, but this is the worst answer ever. But yeah, like just the best revenge is you living your best life, not worrying about whatever that person is doing, you know? Don't check their Instagram story. Stop. Don't look at their IG. Block them, honestly. Like, yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Let me know what you want me to talk about in the next episode, but I hope you guys enjoy this little Monday morning mood. And yeah, I hope you all have a great productive week. Let me know what your new moon manifestations are and tweet me a screenshot of you listening to this or send it to me on IG. I love you guys and I will see you guys next time. Bye.